Welcome back to the PCS7 pre-show. We've got ourselves Relo from eUnited. Let's take a second, though, before we even go any further than that. And is it Relo, Relo, Relish? I don't even know anymore because I keep being told every single time I say it, it's wrong.
I'm usually fine with either. I hear both a lot, but recently it's just been Relo, mostly.
Relo. Okay, see, now it is cemented, Poro. We know.
All right. Yeah, that's all you're going to be from now on. Sorry.
Okay.
You're locked in. So when you win and you get all that money, you're gonna buy some like posters or something for the walls.
Damn,
I mean, you're
just
giving,
gonna do 'em like
the
that.
walls are giving me anxiety.
Look at this, Relo. He goes off and he gets himself an office and then puts all those pictures back and is now so judgmental.
Want to borrow some? I got plenty back here. Okay, so I know you and Kickstarter recently moved in together, right? Like that was fairly recently, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. So how is it? Is that kind of like letting you guys get a little bit closer together as team members? Like how's that working out?
Not really. I think Kick and I are just already really close. We're really good friends. He's pretty much my best friend. Outside of the game, I think we're just like, it's like being around a family member, which is like a brother to me at this point. So like in the game, it's just like completely separate from in real life. Sometimes we talk about the game, like we'll go to the gym together and we'll talk about scrims or something. But other than that, we don't really talk about the game outside of just the game. But yeah, it's nice living here. It's definitely comfortable.
Any noise complaints yet? I know comp
No.
loud with IG yelling. I'm just saying.
No, we're on the opposite side of the house from his girlfriend, so she has her own privacy on the other side. We're good.
I had to set up the same thing. Wife all the way over there so that way she can't hear where I'm casting. So it makes everything so much safer. So whenever we're looking forward to everything with you guys, I'm just kind of curious on how you feel now getting to this stage, because I know a lot of times we talked about like Cloud9 back in the day and Sonic's on a reoccurring basis. You guys have managed to put together a very strong roster that is competing up at the top and is making a name for the Americas region. Like, do you have like a sense of like gratification? Do you feel you're not quite there yet? Is there still more that you're wanting out of it? Like how do you feel about your path to now have made it to the stage?
I'm happy with how far I've come individually and how far my team has come, but I don't think any of us are content with being like regionally dominant, because we've always been like a solid team, top team in North America, but we've been notorious for just, excuse my language, but shitting the bed at like
No,
PGC.
okay.
Like PGC 2021, we did really good. We had a really hot start, and then we had a bad week, and it completely like ruined all of our mentals and our confidence, and it just ruined our tournament pretty much. And I won't be happy until we do good at an international stage, at the big boy stage with all the best teams around the world. That's what I want personally, and I think that's what my entire team wants. And right now, I think we're in the best form we've been in as a team. We've been playing really well. We just won ESL, and I think all of us are like mentally in really good, like in a good state. I think all of us are in like really good mental health states. We're all happy. The team atmosphere is great, and I think going into PGC, like we're feeling really good.
That's actually really good to hear, because look, shitting the bed is not exactly it's not an eUnited exclusive thing when it comes to North America and getting to international. And I know talking to Kick, he's got a lot of opinions as to why North American teams usually end up doing pretty poorly. Now Latin American teams seem to do okay. That's interestingly enough. But what do you think, in your opinion, is like the reason, or I guess it could be a bunch of reasons, but what do you think the reason is that North America tends to falter a little bit at the international comps?
I think there's a multitude of reasons. I think it can vary like based on teams. I think with my personal team, what we lacked was like confidence halfway through PGC last year, and we hesitated a lot, making like just crucial plays that you have to make in like important moments in those big tournaments where like confidence matters a lot, and not having that just leads to hesitation and just playing scared, and you play to lose pretty much instead of playing to win. And I think that is the big reason for my team, but I think there's kind of like a lack of scrim quality, maybe like practice quality. There isn't as many tournaments as other regions like Asia and whatnot, and they have like they get consistent practice against the best teams in their regions and internationally as well. I think some of the Asian tournaments have like other regions as well. Yeah, they just get, I guess, better practice maybe, but there's a multitude of reasons, and I don't think there's like a single reason you can put your finger on.
There's a lot of strength whenever you start looking in the Asia area, just in the capabilities on how to scrim, because they're just in China, Korea, they're all fairly close to each other, and so can interconnect. And I hear the scrims help out a lot over there. We have a much wider scrim array on our side, to say the least. Going from, I know we got Russian players, we got Australian players, we got people down in Brazil, everywhere. Now, speaking of that, you guys have picked up Flood. And I'm kind of curious about, like, what's it like what are the hurdles you guys have had to deal with having an Australian on there, whether it be like through scheduling or scrim differences, those types of things?
I would say the only hurdle that we've really had with Flood would be just scheduling differences and him being tired in the mornings for scrims. Like he wakes up at like 7, 8 a.m. to scrim, and it's obviously hard for him. But other than that, I mean, he plays good. The ping isn't that big of an issue. And for PCS, he's actually in America, so he'll be playing on like 5 MS ping. So we're good. We're ready.
Yeah, I mean, I know we were talking to Shrimsy yesterday, and they were all excited about Mime coming to Pennsylvania. So now Mime's on a lower ping, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh, Flood's on 5 ping now too.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be wild
for a pretty spicy finish here. But okay, so obviously you guys, you and Sonics, 1 and 1A essentially all throughout the last couple of years. You probably have a little bit more of an edge in terms of regional because you've won more, which apparently everybody seems to forget about conveniently. But what is your thoughts about of Sonics, and do you kind of see them as I know that their chat has a pretty big tendency of lighting you guys up a lot and calling you rats and all that stuff, but what do you guys think about Sonics personally? Is it kind of like a healthy respect for a team that you're constantly going back and forth with?
For me, it's healthy respect, big time. I've always looked up to all the players around me, and as being like an up-and-comer throughout the scene for the past few years, I came into the scene pretty late. My debut was in MPL, so a lot of the teams and players like Hwin has a lot more experience than me, so I always kind of felt like inferior to them and always like looked up to those players. But I think now I'm like, I've happily proven myself individually, and I feel like at their level, maybe even above their level sometimes. And I feel like I respect them a lot. I respect all of them. They're fantastic players. I have like no differences with any teams, honestly. I'm cool with everyone, but Sonics is definitely like the team that if we were to look up to someone, it's definitely them.
Hey, respect. I love the fact that you opened up on that one. I know that behind the scenes, like, I don't like the term imposter syndrome, but feeling like you're not quite good enough or you're not in that position is a very reoccurring thought that a lot of the players talk about, because when you deal with the amount of players that we have, it's not just the mental of who you're playing against or who you're like, how you lost. It's such a wide berth, and in so many different ways that you can die or have different things happen to you. It's nice to hear somebody actually talk about that. Now, on a fun note, let's step away from that and say, rats, are you one?
If chat thinks we are, we're rats.
See, I was having a conversation with Shrimsy. Shouldn't it be snakes? Shouldn't you guys be snakes instead of rats? That just seems wittier.
Who knows? Honestly, who knows?
You do have snakers. But,
exactly.
That's why Kickstart always wants me to post the circle sets, circle luck sets after every single time, because he's like, I know you hear it so many times. I thought it was a meme at first, and now it seems like a pretty good percentage of people actually believe it, which is kind of ridiculous to me. But it's like you watch the game, you can kind of tell that you guys aren't ratting.
I just don't understand. How can you have the highest kills in the game and people are saying you're a rat? I don't get it. It confuses me.
It's all good. It's all good. We honestly have fun with it most of the time, so it is what it is.
True. You guys are the first ones to hop in Twitch chat.
I was about to say, it seems like Snakers and Flood have like this commonality that they've managed to bond over, which is Twitch chat.
Flood usually likes to troll a lot of the people who say that stuff in chat, but Snakers will just get hot-headed and he'll go off on some people.
Snakers? Never.
Is he still in school?
Yeah, he's still in school.
What year Respect. Is he at this point?
I believe he's second year, or he's in third year of his cybersecurity degree.
Man, it's so impressive to me that you're able to
I
commit that much time to not only school to also being a part of this team, which obviously, I mean, you guys put in the work. So
mhm.
it's like I don't know where he gets the hours in the day, man.
I respect him like crazy. He is a grinder.
And I want to say, as somebody that worked in IT before this, cybersecurity is like the harsh area to enter. Like programming is harsh too in its own ways, but that's like a new level, especially with everything that's going on. So you got to do a ton of homework and back study on that one. So, like, yeah, that's all I can say there. So I'm willing to bet he probably needs some type of vacation. Luckily, Dubai is coming down the way. Do you guys have any plans to do whenever you guys go to Dubai, or is it just more we'll see what happens when we get there?
The two things that we've kind of joked about, if we have time, would be either skydiving, which I'm
Oh,
not really a fan of. I don't know how enthusiastic I am about that, or going like ATVing in like the dunes or whatever. I think is what it is.
Yeah.
So it's just off roading in the desert. That's what all of us think sounds really fun.
I will say I've never gone skydiving. If you want an extra, I'll come with you. I'll take your spot if you want. But as somebody that did grow up in the dunes of El Paso, taking ATVs, four wheelers, motorcycles, hitting those, so much fun. 100% recommend doing it.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Y'all can jump out of all the planes you want. I'll be on the ground taking pictures.
Yeah, I think
It's
I'm
like
good
the
on that one.
PUBG thing,
That's what
right?
I
You
said.
got to jump out of a plane at some point. That's what we spend half of our time doing, is sitting and waiting for a plane to take off.
Oh no, come on, man.
No, I'm good.
Well, and I don't know. I know a lot of our players. It seems like were former soccer players.
True.
And you got the World Cup that's going to be right down the street in I think in Qatar.
Qatar,
Yeah, so that takes place like 2 days after PGC ends. So maybe that's something you could look at.
Yeah, I've never really been like a big sports guy, but it definitely would be an experience.
You guys getting signed by eUnited, and
Mhm.
like what all you guys had to go through to get there, because it seems like eUnited is always inside of chat, making sure to support you guys. And just, I'm curious about how it came around and you guys ended up getting signed through them.
It was actually kind of like a last minute thing. We kind of just, I'm pretty sure Trevor reached out to them, or I'm not sure actually, but it all pretty much happened like within like the span of like 5 days. They had a counter offer for a different org. We were looking to sign to Zenith.
Oh,
I don't know if I should be sharing that. I don't know if that's like an issue to share that, but that's what we were going to. They gave us a counter offer to Zenith, and yeah, that's how we became United. And they're huge supporters of ours. They consider us, and I guess they're like their best esports team. So I feel like I'm just kind of like supposed to give like a huge shout out to United, because I mean they're obviously like the biggest supporters of ours. They're our employers, and they support our careers right now. And shout out to my team, big time shout out to my team. We've improved a lot, and we're playing really good, and I'm happy with where we are.
Thank you so much, Relo, for coming in, and thank you so much for finally letting us know it's Relo, and it's going to be that from this point forward. Now all we need to do is just get win to decide one way or the other, and everything will be content. Good luck moving into PCS7, and good luck at PGC. Hopefully you'll be safe in your skydiving.
Thanks, guys.